What's the hardest moral line you've ever had to hold, even when it involves someone you love? Finding out your child sent explicit messages to your best friend's barely legal daughter changes how you see them forever. I didn't hesitate when my best friend said he was going to the police about my son. I watched my best friend report my own son to the police, and I didn't stop him. The moment I saw the screenshots, I knew my son had destroyed more than just his future. I never thought I'd be the parent sitting in a police station because of something my own child did. A couple of days ago, my best friend showed up at my house absolutely furious. I've known this man most of my life, so seeing him shaking with anger immediately told me something was very wrong. He didn't yell. He didn't make accusations. He just handed me his phone and told me to look. On his screen were messages, dozens of them. Screenshots, screen recordings, timestamps going back months. They were between my son and his daughter. My son is 22. His daughter had just turned 18 a few weeks ago. The messages started before that. At first, I couldn't even process what I was seeing. It felt unreal, like my brain was refusing to accept that this was actually my child. The conversations were inappropriate from the start and escalated over time. The last message was a photo. A photo no parent ever wants to know their child sent to someone else's kid. There was no denying it was him, his account, his writing style. Even a small tattoo on his hand was visible in the photo. I felt sick. I apologized to my friend immediately. I told him honestly that I had no idea this was happening. My son lives hours away now. We don't see him often. I never imagined something like this could be going on under my nose. My friend told me he was going to the police. I didn't argue. I didn't try to stop him. I told him I would do the exact same thing if the roles were reversed, and he did report it. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what the legal outcome will be, but I do know this. Whatever happens is because of my son's actions, not because my friend protected his child. When I confronted my son, he tried to deny it at first, said it wasn't him, that someone must have hacked his account, that the messages were fake. Then I showed him the evidence. He went quiet. I told him I was disappointed, angry, heartbroken. I told him I wasn't going to defend him, excuse him, or try to make this disappear. I told him he ruined his own future if this goes badly. Not me, not his mother, not the police. I also apologized directly to the girl. She told me something that stuck with me, that this wasn't my fault, and that she knew I wasn't responsible for my son's choices. My wife is struggling with this in a different way. She's horrified by what he did. She apologized too, but she keeps saying we shouldn't have involved the police, that we should help him avoid major trouble because he's our son, and this could ruin his life. I asked her a simple question. If one of our daughters had been in that girl's position, would she want the parents to quietly handle it behind closed doors? She didn't answer. She still insists I should support him, help him get a lawyer, do whatever it takes to protect his future. I can't bring myself to do that. I love my son, but I don't respect what he did. And I refuse to teach him that being family means being shielded from consequences. Honestly, my friend showed more restraint than I think I would have. If someone did this to one of my daughters, the police would be the calm option. So here I am, a parent torn between love and accountability, choosing not to stand beside my child while he faces the consequences of something I believe is indefensible. And I'm still asking myself if that makes me heartless, or if it makes me a parent who refuses to excuse harm just because it came from his own blood.